And hi, Emmanuel. Once again, many thanks for granting us audience into your beautiful world. Dear Emmanuel, you're everything beautiful.
Okay,
And
thank you.
you're welcome. Yeah, so we love how you reflect passion in diverse, beautiful ways through dance, how you communicate in every leap and every move made. Could you please share some highlights on how you began your journey as a dancer?
Okay, sure. So this is a very crazy one, so prepare yourself. So I wasn't one of those kids that loved dance as a child. As a matter of honesty, I think like as a child I knew I could dance, but my father even stopped me from dancing in church. You know the normal praise and worship thing now. So I think I was in a car back home, and then he said he never wanted to see me dance in church again. So that happened, and then how I started dancing, I think I was in 200 level at 15 in the university studying law already. So a friend of mine was like, "Hey, Emmanuel, please just follow me to this dance studio. I want to borrow costumes for a Christmas
Mm.
carol performance." And then I wasn't doing anything that Saturday. So I was like, "Oh, sure, let's just go." And then I followed her. So guys, immediately I stepped into the dance studio, everything changed. To be honest, like I'm not even joking. You must have watched those Indian movies where the world like slows down, you now start seeing flowers and stars everywhere. I could swear that that was literally what happened that day. Like seeing the dancers move, seeing them in their costumes, and then feeling the wooden floor and the classical music. I knew something literally, I just knew that I had to be there. Then I sat down with the dance instructor and she showed me a portrait on the wall of a lady who was like the best dancer in the studio. And then she said, if I try my best and I'm a hard worker, I'll be able to be her dance partner. So that was my goal, to be the girl's dance partner. And I achieved that goal in a year. So every Saturday for 5 hours a week, I trained every Saturday for 5 years. And that has led to the humble person you are speaking to right now. So that was basically how I started my journey into dance. Just followed somebody to borrow costume, and I left there an artist. So yeah, that's it.
Well, lovely one. Just platform, slum to stage is yet another medium your beautiful heart is seeing. A space offering free ballet training to underprivileged kids and young adults in Nigeria. Can you please share how this vision started and some highlights on of the journey so far?
Okay, so great. How the vision started was in 2020. I was chosen to be an international trainer for Mind Lips. That's an NGO in US that uses dance to bring education to children in African countries. So I traveled with the team to Rwanda, where I worked with them in Kigali to teach children in underprivileged spaces ballet and help them prepare for their academic school. And in 2021, that was last year, September to November, I still traveled with the organization to Conakry, Guinea, to teach 30 adults how to dance as well and to teach them in the company's program. So this organization is in Kigali, is in Tanzania, is in Guinea, is in North Macedonia, and is in the US. And then I saw the skill I was bringing to this company, and then I asked myself, why is the company not in Nigeria? So it was the time when I came back from Guinea. I mean, I've been teaching kids all over Nigeria too for free, but there was no platform or nobody to follow up the training. And
Yeah.
then I sat to myself and I felt that it was time I decided to move my dance career differently. I had to start doing things differently. So instead of just dancing as a performer, I started to now move into like teaching kids. So basically, that's how it started. I just brought kids out, put out words for kids who want to dance, and then they come in and then they dance. And then our progress so far, we've been able to take some kids from the rural parts in Abuja and have them perform in the Transcorp Hilton hotels in just 3 weeks of training.
Oh,
And yes, and then with the help of so many other people, we've been able to get a safe space for them, because the difference is we are not just training them in technique, we're also training them in social behavioral skills like teamwork, like creativity, and self-esteem and all this. So it's not what we teach them, which is ballet, it's how we teach ballet to these kids. So, but overall, we've been able to record. We are currently training about 20 kids, but we've had 119 applications since the initiative started in July this year. So, yeah.
well, that's massive progress, Emmanuel. We are grateful to have you on board the special issue with the theme "The Art of Christmas." Do you celebrate Christmas, and what's your most memorable moment in this holiday season?
Yes, I celebrate Christmas. That is a huge yes. Christmas is the
Mm.
best season for me in the world. And honestly, I feel like it's the feeling, it's the feeling of Christmas, it's the feeling of oneness, it's the feeling of sharing, it's the feeling of being with family. If you are conversant with the Igbo culture in Nigeria, you know that most Igbos probably haven't seen a family for an entire year, but they'll rather travel all the way when it's Christmas. So it's a feeling of sharing
Yeah.
food, of joy, of laughter. Yeah, that is it for me. I am a family person. I mean, human beings by nature, we are community people. So um, I celebrate Christmas, yes, and then the most memorable moment yet for me was, or rather, is presently now. You guys have been rehearsing and performing back to back for about a month now, and then the thought that I'm going to leave the city right now and then travel home to my family tomorrow is the best feeling ever.
Mm.
I can't wait to see my family. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Speaking about family, are your family in Benin?
My family is in Delta State, Asaba.
Oh, I'm asking because of your name, Osahor.
I'm Delta Igbo, not Benin.
Oh, that's nice. How was growing
Thank
up
you.
like?
Growing up was great. I have a large family. I have five siblings, two sisters and four brothers. But my position in the family is very unique. I'm the fourth. So, it's easy to get lost in the multitude. What that means is you have people who are older than you, so attention is on them. And then you have people who are younger than you, so attention is on them. So you are just that one that
Hmm.
has to, like, is insignificant in a way. But over the years, I have grown up, when my older siblings go out, okay, let's take it like this. When my parents grow out, they leave my older siblings in charge. And when my parents now grow up, my older siblings will not tell me, take care of the younger ones, because I'm kind of like the bridge. You understand? So growing up, I would say that I was trained to be an adult right from childhood. You understand? I was that child that when you take maybe a position in class, let's say 10th or 12th, the parents will say, don't, the person that took first, don't the person have two heads?
How
That kind
many
of
years?
thing. So
Yeah.
I worked hard in school, uh, not because I really cared at that point, but because I wanted to do my parents proud. And that has just followed me as I've grown up. You understand? Yeah, I'm that person in the family who you tell sits and he sits. I'm that person in the family, in quotes, who parents are proud of. It can be a bit overwhelming. What that means is because you are seen as a strong person all the time. So in times where you really want to feel weak or speak to somebody about something, they're like,
Mm.
breeze it up. Yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm that child.
Well, that's really chilled. You really had a nice childhood. Interestingly, you and George Nicolaides, the two men we have on this Christmas edition, are both lawyers. Between leaving your art, what's a typical day for you like? How do you combine being a lawyer and a dancer?
To be honest, it is insane as you can see now. So depending on the season, yeah, and depending on the days, each day it struggles. So say on Monday, yeah, I go to work at 8, and
Wow.
during when my mates are having lunch, I have to sneak out of the office and go change into a dance costume and run to the studio and train for like an hour and then change
Wow.
back into my suits and rush back to work.
Wow.
Yeah. So that happens most times. Then during weekends, I train. So I think it's just proper scheduling, knowing what it is you have to do and then putting in adequate time to do them. So on days where I have most performances, I get to like do my law jobs at night. Currently, I am blessed to have a hybrid job which permits me to work from home. You understand? So
Yeah.
even while I perform and train most time during the day, I can work from home at night.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. What's your dream like? What's your dream life as a creative?
My dream life as a creative. If I'm honest, I think that my dream life as a creative is what I'm doing now. To be
Wow.
honest with you, I think like I'm at that space where I'm adding value. You understand,
Yeah.
to my community, not just um not just existing through life, but actually living it. You understand, being
Mm.
impactful to my personal community and providing value. And being that person that I really haven't seen, for a male ballet dancer in Nigeria, you really do not have so much of them. You understand?
Yeah.
And then even for male ballet dancers, there are like stereotypes. As a ballet dancer, you must wear tights, you must
Mhm.
wear leotards, you must do this. But now I'm a ballet dancer who's a lawyer. I'm a ballet dancer who literally invented dance photography in quotes in Nigeria. A ballet dancer who speaks. You understand? I'm a ballet dancer who organizes fundraisers for kids and all these things. So moving out from the stereotype of who a dancer should be, breaking societal stereotypes that men are supposed to do some certain things and some certain things are reserved for ladies is actually my dream life as a creative. I think that um, um, the whole idea of creating is taking something from your mind and bringing it into fusion. And that is what I've been able to do with my life. So literally, I'm living my dream life.
Well, hashtag creative living your dream lives. Do you feel creatives in developed countries are advantaged than those in developing countries?
Yes, I
Okay.
totally do. Yeah, I totally do. And guess why? I think like it's because of the audience. For developed countries, their audience. For creatives, I think when you create something, you're not just creating it for yourself. You are creating it for the community around you, for the audience, for the people. I think like the people in the developed countries are more enlightened to receive what it is that we creatives have to give, unlike those in the developing countries. I mean, people in developing countries they are thinking of more of what they can like eat. They're literally thinking of their bellies right now and having monies in their bank accounts. You understand? Which most creatives in Nigeria, that is not the value, or rather in developing countries, that's not the value we are giving. You understand? Most of us are giving educational values or values that are not conventional, and our audience are not ready for that. You get? So I think like when we have a community that is settled in quotes, that our standard of living is okay, then our minds can now be open to accept other commodities or other things that creatives have to offer. But I don't think that in developing countries we're there yet.
As creatives, we understand the high tendencies of getting stressed out even while pursuing our passion. There are days when even depression may creep in, or just that inexplicable feeling of overwhelmingness. Do you have any relatable experience to this? If so, how are you able to manage and thrive beyond phases like this? And do you have any quick tips on mental health for creatives?
Okay, yeah, totally. So imagine this. Come with me on this. Imagine that I'm done with this performance now, and everybody's saying,
Okay.
"Oh, you're amazing! Yeah, 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 yeah." All the lights, all the camera action, blah blah blah. And then you go home
Yeah.
to your bed laid exactly the way you met it. You left it rather. When all the lights are off,
Yeah.
all the cameras are turned off, all the public accolades are gone, and then you're alone by yourself. You are
Mm-hmm.
alone by yourself, literally, and then you now start to question um who you are sometimes, and then you'll now be asking, am I really doing the right thing? Especially when you are not following societal standards. You understand? So
Yeah.
you now
Yeah.
start asking yourself questions. Should I really be a dancer? Am I right in this space? I'll give you a brief background story. I did
Yeah.
not
Okay.
graduate into first class, even if I know I should have, because all my friends did, and I know I can. And funny enough, my dad knew I could too. So when I didn't graduate with my first class, my dad didn't want to come for my convocation, but he did
Oh,
anyways. A day after the convocation, he called a family meeting and told me in the presence of my entire family that I lost my focus in life when I started dancing.
oh my
Oh,
God.
And as a man, you know that men value the words of their parents very well,
true.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine how that have always sat with me. In whenever I'm invited for a performance, I ask myself, am I doing the right thing? I mean, if my father said I've lost my focus in life, is that true? I mean, my father knows more than I do, right? In Africa, we consider our parents as demigods. You
Yeah.
understand? My parents know best. So am I really doing the right thing? So yes, things like that happen. Sometimes when what you are doing doesn't bring enough finance to balance your
Yeah.
life, and it seems like you are spending more on your dream than it's giving you. Yes, I
Yeah.
can totally relate to it. But I think like what I do literally is to remember why I started
Yeah.
and remind myself that there are some things that money cannot buy. So one thing like that is the smile on the audience face when I dance. It is priceless. When I
Yeah.
dance and I look beyond the lights and I see a child smiling, it is priceless. The fact that I can literally create a space where children can come and train and forget about whatsoever it is that have happened at home, it's priceless. The fact that a child can dance and leap for joy, knowing that even when he gets home, there's no food to eat, but for that particular moment, it's priceless. So things like this actually um puts joy in my heart. You understand? And a tip I would say for creatives in the mental health space is that what you are thinking in your mind sometimes is not true. You
True.
understand? Sometimes it's not true. You
Mhm.
have to pat yourself in the back and literally count your blessings and name them one by one because you are literally doing better than you think you are. You understand? So yeah, literally, I would say one process: take time, pat yourself on the back, and name your blessings one by one.
Well said.
Well, for a lot of people have this struggle with, am I doing the right thing and self-appreciation. Like they feel they're not doing so much. But then one thing I also am asking is balancing breaks and how to balance work time and rest time, and then having time for family as well.
Okay. I think that what I do is to create the time, you understand, for these things. We all have 24 hours in our day, right? And we decide by
Mm-hmm.
ourselves what to do with it. So I
Mm.
I even go out far as scheduling on my phone to remember to call my parents. You understand? And
Wow.
trust me, things that mean a lot to you are like kept in your heart regardless. You always find time for them. So most creatives we are attached to our phone and social media. If only we can take time off of these platforms, you understand, we realize that sometimes we have time on our heart, in our hands. You know the time you have to work, like really do productive work. I know the time that I have to train and perform or whatever, but I create time to rest. You understand, and also create time to for family. Because honestly, there are some things that money cannot buy, and the joy and all from families are one of them. You understand? So For
True.
work and my arts, I know that those times are there, but then I create time for family and rest.
Yeah.